Brock Purdy, man, what do you think his end game is here? You think he's just going to how do you think this plays out? Do you think right before the draft he accepts some modest 3-year deal? You think there was a report that came out this weekend from Mike Garafolo? He made it seem like it was his opinion, but he also made it sound like he'd been talking to the agent for hours. I don't know. He was like, if they're going to have to agree to a number close to $60 million a year, that made my head explode. Predict this one. How's this end?
Brock Purdy signs a 5-year contract, 3 years guaranteed, $49 million per season. That's what I think happens. And I think he has to, because the Niners have all the leverage here. And I think if the Niners were really, really cutthroat, they have even more leverage to that and don't really need to pay him that amount, but they're trying to do the right thing for a good guy who's a great leader and a good person and a good quarterback. So I think that's what ends up happening sometime in May. Brock Purdy, gets smart and signs the contract. Look, a lot of people are saying, hey, Brock Purdy can hold out. That's ridiculous to me. Like, Brock Purdy, why would you not sign a $40 million contract, a $45 million, hell, a $35 million contract for 3 years, something that guarantees you $100 million? Why would you not sign that if you're Brock Purdy and bet on yourself when you're only scheduled to make $5 million? Like, he's worth $6 million. Brock Purdy's net worth, according to Google, is $6 million. People
are gassing him up, though, man. Agents, content creators, I see it every day, man. Well, this is what Tua makes, and this is what Trevor Lawrence makes, and this is what Dak makes, and Brock's better than all of them, and none of them have his playoff resume, and the market's the market, and that's what it is. He's got to give him $55 million a year. Like, I see that every day. How does that not seep into his brain? Well, how is he not thinking like that? I would.
Well, if he thinks like that, that's fine. But I think, like, my point is the Niners don't have to think like that.
No,
the Niners could say, hey, bro, play out your contract. Oh, you don't want to play? Okay, you're going to hold out. That's fine. Let's see what Mac Jones can do. And if Mac Jones comes in and balls out, Brock Purdy might never even see the field again. I'm not saying Mac Jones is better than Brock, but it's a possibility. So, like, there's a lot at risk for Brock Purdy to hold out and not accept a life-changing contract from the 49ers.
See, that's what I want to say. I feel like the Niners kind of want to have it both ways. I don't think they want to be seen as like playing hardball with Brock. I think they want to be seen as being fair. We're going to make you an offer, and we've cleared the cap. We've cleared not the cap, but we've gotten rid of a lot of cash responsibilities. All our cash is reserved for your extension. You can see we've gotten rid of so many players. We are prepared to give you an extension that we think is fair. And we're going to offer you it eventually, and it'll be something like $45 to $49 million a year. And I wonder, like, after hearing the Garafolo report, if Brock and his agent say that they can't accept anything below $50 million a year, are the 49ers, like, trying to look like they're doing the right thing, but at the same time kind of hoping that Brock and his agents say no so they don't have to pay him anything? And they can be like, cool, all right, we'll come back and play on your rookie deal. And if you hold out, cool, we get to see Mac Jones with starters. So either way, I wonder if, like, how really desperate they are to have a certain outcome. They might be cool with a bunch of outcomes.
Well, I mean, if you look at what they're doing, here's one of the questions I've been having. Are they being cutthroat with everybody's money because they want to sign Brock Purdy? Or is that the new mentality that they are going to apply to Brock Purdy? Like, that's one of the questions I've been thinking in my head recently. So we'll see. But I don't think the Niners have more leverage in this situation than any big contract negotiation that they've had in a long time. They have Brock Purdy in contract, pay him $5 million. They could franchise tag him 2 more times. That's $100 million roughly over 3 years that they could pay Brock Purdy. That's 30.
And you have a backup signed for 2 years who was a first-round pick, who's not that much older than Brock, who fits the system. I mean, he hasn't had success in the NFL, but he has pedigree, and we saw how the Niners helped turn Darnold's career around. There's precedent here. It's interesting.
I mean, the only reason to sign Brock Purdy to a big contract is because it's the, quote, right thing to do. It's a little dirty to string Brock Purdy out like that. But that has a threshold.
If he turns you down, if you offer something fair and he turns you down, you didn't do him dirty. You did not do him dirty. And that's what I think the Niners, that's the little tightrope they're trying to walk right now.
Right, exactly. And then Brock has to worry about that too, because, hey, man, they offered you $49 million per year for 3 years, and you turn that down, like that kind of puts a little.
Yo, I got an idea. How about this for like a compromise? Hey man, Brock, you want $60 million a year? Is not going to happen coming off a 6-win season. Okay. We want to pay you $45 million a year. You're not going to accept it, obviously, because you feel that you're better than a lot of quarterbacks who make more than that. So instead of strong arming you and making you come back to the team and play for $5 million and like sort of ruining the relationship with you, why don't we give you a 1-year deal? 1 year. Whatever, $30 million. A lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
But not 5. And you can just 1 year, like we can go back to the negotiating table next year. We're not going to like, again, strong arm you, make you play for 5, 30, 1 year.
Isn't that essentially whatever Brock Purdy's contract? Correct me if I'm wrong. It's an extension though, right? Like, so if they offer him 30, it's 35 over 2 years. Am I wrong? They can't like wipe out the contract that's in existence right now, right? There's that.
Now you're asking questions that I should know the answer to, but don't. I just thought it was a good idea, but you're right. I don't know exactly how that would work.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 49ers
with first round picks and be like, okay, well,
they
you
can
have
make
the
it sound big. They can make it sound.
I don't think they can do it. Actually, now that you mentioned, I think it's something you could do with a quarterback who's a first round pick with a 5th year option. You could renegotiate that 5th year option. But you're right. And it's damn. Sorry, Brock. I tried, Brock. I don't know what to tell you. I don't tell you.
Here's what they could do. They could make it sound huge on paper, so he feels good. Yep. Guarantee something that they're actually comfortable with, and make up the difference with incentives. Like, if you do this, then this happens, etc.
Fair. I just don't like the idea that Brock and his agent think there's no repercussions for last season. Like, they're coming to the negotiating table, I don't know, allegedly, as if last season didn't happen, and they're like, so guy was 4th in MVP voting. Like, okay. But then we took away a couple of players, and all of a sudden you go 6-9 and get hurt twice. And when you had a chance to like have one good game and put it all behind you against the Rams, you were freaking awful. And you want $60 million? Like, what? What are you talking about?
Right.
It was a contract season. You flopped. There are consequences. If you want that money, you got to come back and do it again, baby. What are you talking? This is sports.
That's the reality. I mean, Brock had a good first season, a good first full season, but last season he wasn't that good. He was just mid. And he had several opportunities to put the 49ers in the playoffs, and he wasn't able to step up and make it happen. Now there is stuff going on around him, but guess what? You want to be paid like an elite quarterback. You're expected to overcome that stuff. So it's, what have you done for me lately? And lately, it wasn't worth $60 million.
The whole thing with the quarterback making that much money, right? Like, well, it's 20% of our salary cap. It's ridiculous, but this quarterback is so good, and he plays such an important position that he elevates the roster. And we've seen that. Stafford elevates the Rams. Lamar elevates the Ravens. Purdy doesn't elevate the 49ers. He had a chance to show that he could last year. What does it look like if he doesn't have an all-pro team all around? We saw it last year. He came back down to earth. The person that elevates his team is the running back, not the quarterback. That's the problem. So what are you paying for?
And can we talk? I mean, the 49ers have a quarterback that they made the highest paid quarterback in the NFL recently, who went to the Super Bowl, who took a team to the Super Bowl with an all-star cast around him. And his name is Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, that wasn't that long ago. That's the last big contract they gave a quarterback. They made him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. He took them to a Super Bowl. But what happened when he went to another team? He wasn't that good. He's a backup quarterback now.
Right.
So, like, that's got to be sitting in their mind too. And, you know, Kyle, he's a little bit, you know, like, I'm that guy, probably has those thoughts as well. Like, Brock is good, but in a large part because of my offense, right? Like, that's got to be a thought as well.
And again, even in this offense, even with Jawan Jennings and even with Kittle, It wasn't that good last year. I don't. That has to be part. Parag is very tough in his negotiations. I would imagine the agent's trying to constantly play past 2024 and look at his numbers in the aggregate and put it all together. And Parag's like, yeah. Let's watch this throw in the fourth quarter against the Rams. Can we watch this one again? Triple coverage. Jawan Jennings downfield in field goal range. What was this? Brock, what was going through your mind on this one? Because if you had just not done this, if you had just won this one game, you had to score 13 points to win the game. Defense played great. Greenlaw was out there. All of your sins this season would have been forgiven. He found a way. He overcame. You couldn't. What happened? And it was your decision making in the second half consistently in this close games. Like, how do you not use that in your negotiations? I would if I were Parag Marathe. I wouldn't let him get off the hook with this. And if you want all the money you think that you're worth, all those people that got those extensions got it coming off good years. Tua got it coming off a good year. Like, you got to come back and play better, man. Last year wasn't good, no matter how much Lombardi says it was. I don't care what advanced statistic you want to find that says you were good last year. We watched it. It wasn't good in the second half. It was bad.
And then here's the other thing that's surprisingly not been talked about. I think every single 49ers content creator, media member was speculating that Brock Purdy is playing injured. Like, we saw his deep balls fluttering and falling short and being thrown short all
his
season.
His balls were fluttering.
His balls were fluttering. And what did everyone say? They said he's hurt. He's playing injured.
It's his shoulder. It's his elbow. It's his shoulder and his elbow.
Something going on. We'll find out after the season. We haven't heard anything about it. So What is the situation with Brock Purdy's arm? Is he healthy? Like, that, or
is it something that they don't tell us about? And if the Niners know what's really going on, why would you be so eager when you got Mac, who doesn't have an elbow thing or a shoulder thing or an elbow and a shoulder thing? Just saying. Brock, it's going to be interesting, man. I kind of feel like the Niners are trying their best to look like they're doing the right thing. Hey, we got the money. We got the cash. It's right here. We brought it with us. It's in this freaking suitcase. Turns out it's only $45 million though. That's all the cash we could get. And we're kind of hoping that you don't want it because we don't want to give you any money and we want to see Mac Jones. So say no.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, right? Like, I talked about what kind of backup we talked about last season. We'll know how they feel about Brock Purdy based on two things: the backup quarterback that they bring in and the first offer that they give him. Well, quarterback that they brought in was Mac Jones, who they rumored that they wanted when they got Trey Lance. That's a pretty high name signing. He's a top, what was he, the 11th pick overall? Something like that. And then they only offered him $45 million and they only guaranteed 3 years. That tells you how they think about Brock Purdy. I mean, they think of him like we think of him. He's a good quarterback, but he's not that dude, because if he was that,
but then when you keep it going, it's like, he's a good quarterback, but so was Jimmy on the Niners. And then Jimmy left the Niners. It's like, oh, you're not a good quarterback. You're a backup quarterback. So what is Brock really? Is he a top 12 quarterback in the league, or is he a top 12 quarterback in the league on the Niners? And then what is Mac? Is Mac a backup, or could Mac be a good starting quarterback on the 49ers? Like, I don't think the Niners know the answers to these questions. And before you start giving away $100 million guaranteed, you might want to know. You might want to get some evidence, some information.
The fact they brought in Mac Jones speaks volumes to me. The fact that 49ers only offered him 3 years at $45 million speaks volumes to me. If they believe Brock Purdy was the next Steve Young, the next Joe Montana, on the same level as Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen,
Lamar, 10-year deal.
10-year deal. They'd be trying to lock him in
10-year deal
forever right now.
Forever.
Like, people are not, they're not talking about this enough. Like, that's the facts. If they thought he was that guy, they'd be trying to lock him in now. And they're not.
And there's no way you can think he's that, or you can know that he's that guy off of this season he just had when you look at his full resume. And the people that say that they think he is are either dishonest, huge fans, or in contact with the agent.